Toto Wolff sounds like he's been writing a lot in his diary, and he's been reading it to the media recently. The infamous 2021 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix still haunts him at night, and Red Bull's dominance since hasn't been helping him get over it. Plus, he reflects on the time he almost had a divorce with his favourite driver, Lewis Hamilton. Keep watching the video to hear everything the Austrian has to say. Mercedes team boss Toto Wolff has openly shared his perspectives on the current state of F1 with the media, and it appears that his sentiments align with what fans have likely been dying to tell the FIA, given the opportunity. According to Wolff, his drivers clinched every championship from 2014 to 2022, with the majority won by the exceptional talent of Lewis Hamilton, except for one. However, it's worth noting that in both 2014 and 2016, the competition between Nico Rosberg and Hamilton was intense and closely contested. This point is precisely what Toto Wolff aims to emphasize. Wolff highlights that despite Mercedes' dominance, the presence of healthy competition between the drivers significantly contributed to the excitement of the sport. But if we take a look at the current scenario, things appear quite different. As we reach the midway point of the season, Max Verstappen has achieved an outstanding record, securing victory in 10 out of 12 Grand Prix races. With a commanding 314 points, he leads the championship with a considerable gap between him and his teammate Sergio Perez, who trails by over 100 points. In the constructors' standings, Red Bull has amassed double the points compared to its closest rival, proof of their dominant performance this season. Wolff expressed his concerns that the current state of the sport has become predictable and lacks the excitement that was present during the era of Mercedes' dominance. Back then, Mercedes drivers provided thrilling performances that entertained Formula One fans. Speaking to the media, he shed some light on the need for a more competitive and engaging environment in the sport to rekindle the excitement that captivated fans during the Mercedes era. He said, "I don't know whether our dominance was similar or less than Red Bull's. I think we had years where we did it in the same way. But at least we had two cars that were fighting each other, so that caused a little bit of entertainment for everyone, and that's not the case at the moment." Apart from Red Bull, Mercedes stands as the only team to have clinched a race in the past year. However, after George Russell's surprising victory at Interlagos towards the end of the previous season, Red Bull stepped up their game and established a significant lead that even Mercedes hadn't foreseen. Wolff said that he was taken aback by the unexpected turn of events and the impressive performance displayed by Red Bull in creating such a wide gap. He said, "I often say that it's a meritocracy and it's up to us to fight back. Did we expect that gap? Certainly not. I think with the last step of upgrade, it seems they have another advantage that they were able to exploit. But again, it always gets me back to the point of we've just got to dig in and do the best possible job." For Toto Wolff, the bitter taste of Lewis Hamilton's controversial loss to Max Verstappen in the 2021 F1 title still lingers, because he believes that the best driver on that particular day didn't come out victorious. Hamilton had showcased dominance in the season-ending 2021 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix and appeared set to secure an unprecedented 8th world title, but because of an incorrectly handled late safety car period, the championship's destiny took a dramatic turn, leaving Wolff and the team feeling the disappointment of an unfortunate outcome. The decisions taken by the then FIA race director Michael Masi had a significant impact on the controversial moment when Verstappen seized the title from Hamilton on a final lap restart. Afterwards, a report investigating the contentious finale blamed the outcome to human error, leading to Masi losing his job. Now, 18 months later, Wolff openly acknowledged that he is still deeply hurt by the circumstances surrounding the defeat. During an appearance on BBC Radio's Desert Island Discs, he reflected on the lingering disappointment and the impact it had on both the team and Lewis Hamilton, saying, "Both drivers started with equal points into this race. Best man and best machine wins, and the best man that day didn't win. And it's still something that stings, not of losing it, because I would have been able, and all of us would have been able to lose that race fair and square and admit that, but it was stolen, and that made it difficult." The FIA was with its next regime, a new president was voted in literally that month, and was able to admit that a mistake was made and it was human error. That's how they called it. But obviously that was not bringing us the trophy back, and was not making Lewis the only 8-time world champion. But you just need to overcome it. And I think Lewis and I are very similar in that respect. We're able to compartmentalize. But it is what it is. Much worse things happen in the world than being stolen of a Formula One World Championship. Wolff expressed that despite falling short of winning the championship, Mercedes managed to win the hearts and minds of many fans. But he would rather have the hardware than the support. He explained, "The interesting phenomenon is that we as a team, and Lewis as a driver, we didn't have a lot of credit and sympathy because we won so many times, and we became the underdog in that moment. People cheered for us, and that is still a positive for us today. We would have rather won the championship, but today we have more fans." Toto Wolff also revisited a challenging moment in his relationship with Lewis Hamilton, where the two faced a low point following Hamilton's loss to his teammate Nico Rosberg in the 2016 F1 Championship. During crucial talks at Wolff's home, the atmosphere was tense as Hamilton grappled with the disappointment of the championship defeat. Wolff recalled the incident, which ultimately paved the way for them to find common ground and return to a winning path. This memorable meeting has resurfaced in light of ongoing negotiations to extend Hamilton's contract with Mercedes beyond the current season. While speaking to the BBC, the Mercedes team boss said, "A key moment was at the end of 2016, where we didn't speak to each other for a while, so I invited him to come to my kitchen in Oxford and sit down and have a chat. The kind of analogy I give to him is that I also have arguments with Susie, Wolff, his wife. Even if we shout at each other, which doesn't happen a lot, but even if we have these arguments, there's never thought of divorcing. And that's why I said to him, I don't want to divorce you, and neither do you, because I want the best racing drivers in our cars, and you want to have the best car. So we came to the conclusion that we can have conflicts. We can create an atmosphere where we are able to be brutally honest with each other. And sometimes we agree to disagree, but we move on." Toto Wolff is keen on conducting a thorough investigation after acknowledging that Mercedes' recent upgrades may have led to the resurgence of the porpoising issue. Following his fourth-place finish at the Belgian Grand Prix, Lewis Hamilton expressed his concern about the problem he encountered throughout the race. Although he was content to secure an additional point for the fastest lap, Hamilton highlighted the ongoing issue. Wolff admitted uncertainty about the root cause. He is also worried that the upgrades introduced at Spa-Francorchamps might have contributed to the problem. In response to the situation, Wolff is committed to finding what is responsible for the porpoising and addressing it accordingly. He told reporters, "The car is just bouncing literally on every straight. Even Blanchiment was a corner that Lewis had to lift, which is an easy flat out normally. You're bouncing on the straight, you overheat the tyres on the braking, so that is a vicious circle and was the main limiting factor this weekend. We've got to analyse it. There's so much hard work that's been going on in the upgrade, the aero guys and the operations to deliver that upgrade. The flaw could have been a reason why we've been bouncing, but we're going to see it in the data, and maybe there's nothing which we need to fine-tune, because I still believe that the direction that we're going now is the right one." What is your opinion on Toto Wolff's recent meditations? Tell us in the comment section down below. And, as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thanks for watching.